Alright guys, welcome to Don's Modeling Desk, and tonight we're working on R2D2 again. I've got a couple packs, so hopefully I'll be able to get out a couple videos fairly quickly. But tonight we're going to start on pack 83. I've got Todd's website pulled up over here, my R2D2build.com. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. mypartworkbuilds.com. Todd's website, he does much better with the instructions than what's in the magazine. But anyway, let's get this package open and see what we got. Might help if I turn the knife the correct way. Yeah, it's been a long day. But anyway, nothing else in there. Let's get this little plastic thing open and see what we got. We've got some more framework right there. We've got wires. We've got two more connectors. We've got this little piece. I'm not quite sure what that is yet. We'll find out in just a minute. I think it might go on there, but I don't know. Two little plastic parts here. And we've got two rotational sensors marked right and left, which should be this way, technically, right and left. But anyway, we've got those. Let's get this out of the way. And the first thing we're going to do is get the ring section that we built in the last issue. We're going to take this piece, which is, I don't know if you can, yeah, there you go, BF06. And we're going to put these two little pieces, I can't even pick it up, right there. Oh wait, I've got it upside down. It goes this way. Put these two little pieces in here like that. And like that. And then we'll lay this piece in with the part number up, right like that. And then we'll secure it with two 2x4mm silver screws. So let me get those put in and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And we now have the completed top ring. I believe it's the top ring anyway. So back over here to Todd's website. The next thing we do is we take these two sensors and these two wires and we plug the smaller plug of each wire into the sensors. And if you'll notice, there's a little slot on the side of the plug, and there's a little, I don't know if you can't really see that very well, but there's a little tab right there on the side of the plug, and it just goes in just like that. And let's get this one plugged up the same way. Line up, you know, if I can hold on to it, line up the tab with the little slot right there. Plugs in just like that. The little tab goes in that little slot there. So we got those done. And the next thing we do is we mount the sensor onto these little plastic things. And both plastic things are the same, so yep, both of them are. You can't. It's light's washing it out on that white plastic, but it's BF09. Both of them are. So we take this, lay it like this, and we take this, and it goes right on there like that. And we need 2.3 by 6 screws, which should be these, I believe. So just, and it didn't stay on the, remagnetize that a little bit. There we go. Get that lined up. Well, come on, screw. And right in there, just like that. It goes in there just like that. So let me get the one on the other side, and I'll go ahead and mount the other one, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So we've got both of these attached to the little brackets. And the next thing we're going to do, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see this. There we go. The next thing we're going to do is, see these little notches right here? We're going to go left on the left side, and that's going to go right there, just like that. And it's going to be held, if I can get it lined up, it's going to be held with two 2.3 by 6 millimeter black screws, the same ones we used to attach the sensor to the bracket. We're going to use those same screws to attach this bracket to the ring. So just get that right in there like that. Just like that. So let me get this other screw in. I'll get the other one on, and then I'll be right back again. And I'm back. And I have both sensors mounted. And one thing I forgot to mention, or at least I think I forgot to mention it, is when you're holding it like this, the left one goes on this side, the right one goes on this side. So you need to keep that orientation correct. Now, the next thing we're going to do is take this rubber piece right here, and we're going to slide it right on there, just like that. And we're going to attach that with a 2.5 by 6 flanged silver screw, which would be right here. So let's get that right in there. And there we go. So the next thing we're going to do is grab our frame from over here. And we're going to attach our ring to the frame. Now we want to turn the frame Let me zoom back out a little bit here. There we go. We're going to attach, you want to set the frame with this post toward you. And then this ring is going to go on just like that. You'll notice there's two little posts here and two little posts here. Those are going to sit into the corresponding holes on the ring. And it should sit on there just like that. And then we're going to attach this with 2.5 by 4 silver screws. So let me get those on and then I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And we've got the 2 screws on that side and the 2 screws on that side and the one right there. So we've got this ring secured to the top of the frame. Now, the next thing we're going to do is grab our test board and battery box, and we're going to test these sensors. So let me pause for just a second, grab that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Now, we're going to take this test board and we're going to attach the left sensor to this plug right here. Just put that right in there. I'm not going to snap it all the way in because we're going to be taking it right back out. Then we turn it on. Nope, 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 nope. I put that in the wrong plug. Put that in the wrong plug. It should be in this one. There we go. Now we turn it on. Bam. And let me zoom in a little bit here. Wrong way. And you can see here we have a red light and a green light. Now what we need to do is take a solid opaque object such as the handle of this knife and just place it right in there. Oh, come on, camera, focus. And as you can see, when we place it in there, the green light goes off. That's what we want. So let's unhook this and we'll hook it up to the other sensor. Did I snap that in? No, I didn't. Okay. We'll hook it up to the other sensor and do that again. There we go. On. We have red and green. And then we'll place this in here and the green goes off. Just like that. So both of those sensors are functioning correctly. So we got that done. And the next thing we're going to do is the next issue. That is the end of this issue. So let me pause, get the stuff for the next issue, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. This is issue 84. Let me get these open and we'll see what we have to do here. No screws in there. I see some little plastic bits here. So yeah, that's it. No screws in this pack. Okay. Let's get this open carefully without launching parts everywhere. And we've got a lot going on in this pack. So the first thing we're going to do is take part BP50. That's 51. BP50. Okay. We got to open this little pack of plastic bits. Where did I? There it is. You got to open this. Put those right there. And the first thing we got to do is we got to put one of these pivot pins through this side. No, that can't be right. That ain't right. What do we need here? I'm not. Oh, here they are. They're hidden. They're hidden under another part. These are the pivot pins we need. These are the pivot pins you're looking for. Okay. We take one of these pivot pins and we place it through here, supposedly. Ah, it goes in from the bottom. Gotcha. Just like that. It goes in just like that. If you'll notice, there's actually 3 notches on the bottom. There's only 1 on the top. So you'll slide it in. This little key will go through that notch there. And then the other 2 will go through the 2 side ones. Just like that. Okay. And then the next thing we do is take this little piece right here. Doesn't have a part number on it. But we'll take that. And it's going to slide on. See this little focus. This little pin sticking out here, and that has a slot in it. This has a slot that's going to sit right on there like that. And then we need to secure that with a 2.3 by 6 millimeter screw. So let me snag one of those. And everything falls apart. Put that back in there. Put this back on there. Now we've got to hold all of this while we put our screw in. Oh, and I got it turned where you can't even see it. But there we go. We got that. Bam. Just like that. Okay. Now the next thing we do is we take BP51, which is this one, and we put a pivot pin into it exactly the same way we did the other one. Right through there and into there. And then you would go. with this. Now we take this little piece and it goes on here exactly the same way the other one did. You've got the little pin sticking out there, you've got the little notch, and it slides, well, if I can do it, there, right on there. And then we're going to secure it with a 2.3x6 black screw, just like we did the other one. And let's see if we can keep this one from falling apart before we get the screw in. Just put that right in there. And there we go. Just like that. I think I've got that oriented right. Let's make sure I got the other one oriented right. Yes. So we got those on. Now we're going to take this, which they're calling the clutch, and we're going to put it into the clutch back plate. And it's just going to sit right in there like that. Now I've got that 90 degrees off from the way he's showing it. It goes like that. The two little tabs go next to the screw holes. Now we're going to take this piece and we're going to sit it right down on top of there like that, and then we're going to secure it with two 2x6mm black screws. I think that's supposed to be 2.3x6 because I don't think I have any. This is this. Aha. Remember I learned, don't doubt Todd. 2mm by 6 black screws. Just like that. And there we've got the clutch. Okay, so next we're going to take the clutch pivot, which is this, and we're going to place it. You notice there's little notches in the back, and there's little notches on there. So this is going to sit right on there like that. And then we're going to secure it with a 2.3x6 black screw. So this will go right in there. like that. Now we're going to turn this over. We're going to take 2 of these pivot pins, and we're going to put one right in there. A little bugger don't want to go in. Todd, why didn't you put down the secret to how you get these in? It does say that it takes a lot of effort to get these in. I just don't want to break anything. I should have put these in before I attach this to the top of the clutch. Okay, let me fight with these for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And they're in. Boy, when Todd says they take a lot of effort, they take a lot of effort to get in. So, the next thing we do is take one of the connecting rods. Does it matter which one? Because we have a long one and a short one. Okay. Todd's got the short one. He's got the short one on this side. And we get to fight with these pins again. There we go. There's one. And then the second one. Right here. Come on, fingers, cooperate. And that one. Right there. Yep, that's all the way in, that's all the way in. So you end up with this. You've got the short one on the right and the longer one on the left. Just like that. Now I'm going to have to zoom out just a hair. I'm going to take these. We want this one over here. We want this one over here. We're going to take some more of those little wonderful little pins. And we're going to put one in through here. Like that. And then we're going to take this. Oop, I'm out of the camera. The pin goes in from this side. With the back of the clutch facing up, the pin goes in with the flat on that side. And then you're going to hold this with this part on the bottom and snap it into that pin. Like that. So you should end up with this. And then the other side, is backwards to that. We have to put a pin in here It's going to make it substantially more difficult because you ain't got room to maneuver the pin, but I think I got it. I think I got it. And there we go. The pin is in. Focus, camera. Just like that. You want the pin to go in from this side. Then we're going to take this and snap it right into there. Oh, on camera. We're going to take this and snap it into the side with the back of the clutch. Just like that. So then you end up, let me zoom out a little more. You end up with something that looks like this. Like that. So the next thing we're going to do is get our panel, which I've got right over here. This is our panel that we did up earlier. We're going to take it from the back side. We're going to take this with the back part of the clutch up, and we're going to feed these right into these holes. You see how these holes are wider here than they are here? You want to feed them in up next to, here, let me show you. You want to feed it in this way because that's the wider part. Feed it in. And same way with this one, right there. And it just slides right in. Then once you get it in there, move it over until you can get that right in there. And when you get that in there, that should close down like that. Let me get this one in place. Oh, wait a minute, I got something crossed up here. Hang on. What did I do? Yep. I got everything crossed up. That's why it wasn't fitting right. That one in there. Like that. And then this one goes in there. Like that. And you should have that. And then on this side, they both sit in there nice. Okay, now what do we do? We got that. We've got this right here. Like that. Okay. Now, BP48. BP48 should go right there. And it holds that pivot point in place. We're going to secure that with two 2.3 by 6 screws. So let's get those in. There's one. Make sure you support that plastic when you're pressing down on that screw too. You don't want to break anything, especially this close to having R2 finished. Let's make sure that is free to move. It is. Now, let's get this one, BP49. Yep, BP49. I know you can't see that, but, and it's going to sit let me lift this up where I can see it. It's going to sit right there, just like that. Make sure this one moves freely. And it does. So let's get the screws into that. Yeah, you watch me put the other ones in. Let me get these in and I'll be right back. And I'm back. We got both of those in. And as you can see, this one moves freely. And this one moves freely. So we've got that right. Get that right in there. And now it's time for the motor. So let's move this aside for just a minute. And we need to get out the motor casing. I'm not sure which side. This side of the motor casing. And we need to get out the motor. Now, the motor goes into the casing like this. You can tell if you look at the gears on the motor, see how this one is back toward the motor, and on the other side, this one is away from the motor. You want to turn it so that the one with the gear closest to the motor right here is facing up. Then you want to slide the motor through that little hole right there and set it down into the casing, just like that. Now, you need to take two 1.6 by 3 millimeter countersunk screws. Those might be in here. Yes, they are. And I'm going to have to get a smaller screwdriver. 1 second. Okay. So we're going to take this, and they're going to go right in those two holes to secure the motor into the casing. There we go. And the second one. Right in there. I really wish there was a way I could get the camera to focus on what I'm doing and not on the end of the screwdriver. But there's those two, just like that. Now, you need to take the top of the casing with this arrow. See that little triangle arrow? You want that facing the end of the motor with the shaft on it. And set it right on there like that. And then we want to take two more 2.3 by 6 millimeter screws. And we're going to secure the two halves of the casing together using these center holes right here. Just like that. Turn around where I can see. And there we go. Just like that, in the two center holes. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we need our panel back. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you this or not. Yeah, that's a D-shaped hole. And if you'll notice, this shaft is also D-shaped. So, we're going to place this right in there, like that. You see it just, the shaft goes right in there, like that. Then, you see these right here? And these two right here? This motor housing, you're going to have to manipulate this a little bit to get it in there. But this motor housing needs to go. It's not wanting, why is it not wanting to go? Do I have something? Oh, there we go. That's not right, because that rotated one of the arms in order to get it turned right. Something is out of alignment. And I don't know what it is. Should I have the longer one over here and the shorter one over here? Yeah, let me look at it. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And now we got it. That's exactly what the problem was. I had the long one over here and the short one over here, and it should have been the other way around. The long one over here and the short one over here. I just had that backwards. So we got that on. And now we need to attach that with 4 2.3 by 6 screws. So let me get that done real quick and I'll be right back again. All right, I'm back. And there we are with the motor attached with these 4 black screws in the corners. So the next thing we got to do it says if they're loose, rotate the clutch. Yeah, it's not doing anything. It's not rotating the clutch, that's rotating the motor. Yeah, it's not. Oh, there we go. Now they're tight. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing we gotta do is get our testing board back out again. And we gotta get the other testing board. This other little testing board here. And we'll turn it this way. And let's zoom back out a little bit. There we go. And we want the motor wire connected right here. So put that right in there. And then we want the blue wire here. Which it won't go for some reason. Weird. Something bent in there? Oh, it is. There we go. Now, the blue wire goes there. The red wire goes there. There we go. Just like that. And then turn it on. Let's turn this over where you can see it. And it says when we press the S2 button to open the arms and the S1 button to close the arms. So this should open them and this should close them. Nice. Nice. I like that. I like that. That is too cool. That is too cool. I like that. And that is the end of this issue. So let me get the stuff out for the next issue and I'll be right back. That is just so cool. Okay, I'm back. And now we're going to start on issue 85. So the first thing we're going to do is get these parts out of the bag. Let's see what all we have in here. We've got that. We've got another panel. We've got a whole bunch of screws and bolts and nuts of every different kind all in the bags together And that's just what makes R2 so wonderful to work on. But the first thing we want to do is take this panel, open it up, and we're going to start, if I can get it out, with this panel right here. Let's move this out of the way. And get all the garbage out of the way. So the first thing we're going to do is take this panel and we need to open this. I'm throwing garbage in the floor. And see this slot right here? This panel, these two little tabs are going to go right into these two holes here. Just like that. And then we're going to be securing that with two 2 by 4 millimeter black screws. Do we have any of those already? No. We should have some in here though. Should be them right here. I really need to go ahead and organize all these, but we'll get to that in a minute. Hang on just a second. Let me figure out which one of these is what. And I'm back. Okay, we located the screws we needed. And we got that panel put on. Just make sure you keep it flush with this, because it's going to be meeting another body panel when you put it on R2. So, okay. Next up, we're going to take... Oh, where did I put it? We're going to take these two pieces, put them together like this, I believe. Nope, the other way. Like this. Put them together just like that. Well, it has a little scar in it, but that's okay. And then that's going to fit right here. And you can see how the holes are angled this way, so it'll slide right down in there with this part facing the edge of the panel. So let's flip that over, and we're going to secure that with 2 by 6 millimeter black screws. So let me get that secured and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And we got that secured. Nice and flush with the edge. And the next thing we got to do is the shoulder piece. The shoulder piece, these two holes here, The 2 pins, they just go right in there. And I found a couple of these that I've put on fit nice and snug like that one does. And a couple of them that I put on just fall off. Okay, so now I got to get the 2 shoulder joints and get the frame back out. So let's lay that aside. Let me grab that and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And what we're going to do is take this shoulder joint right here. You see these 4 pins? They're going to go into these 2 holes and these 2 holes on here. You just set it right on there like that. Then we're going to take 2.5 by 8 silver screws and no, 4, I'm sorry, 4 2.5 by 8 silver screws and 4 split washers, and bolt this on from the back side. So let me get this bolted on and I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to go ahead and show you how I'm going to do this because it's a little tricky. Take your screw through here. You have to hold the washer on it. Focus, camera. And I'll let that slip. Let me get this back in there. Or not. Okay, take the screw back out. Get that back in there. And then put the screw back in. I wish that would focus. But it's not wanting to. At all. Or cooperate. But basically you have to hold the washer on as you set the screw in. Let me see if I can, there we go. Now we got some focus. And then you just run the screw down in there. And there's barely enough room. There we go. There's barely enough room for the screwdriver to clear when you first start putting it in. So let me get the other 3 in here and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. And I just went ahead and put the other shoulder on because it's exactly the same process as the one I was working on that it won't focus on. There we go. So we just went ahead and put both shoulder joints on, and that is the end of this pack. So we've got one more pack to go, issue 86, and we're going to be putting another tool compartment in. So let's get that open and see what it looks like. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And this is issue 86. So let's get this open and see what we have. So we have another tool compartment. Let's get that open. Helps if you turn the knife so you're cutting with the sharp part instead of the back. Like that. And then we've got the door, another tool arm, and some hinges and stuff under the door. There we go. But the first thing I'm going to do on this stage, and I'm going to put this top back on so I don't lose anything. The first thing I'm going to do on this stage is get my pins out and do a bit of painting inside that tool compartment. Get my metallic markers out. I've got my black Sharpie. And so what are we going to do here? Let's do some black on some of these knobs. There we go. Do some black on some of these knobs. Although the Sharpie isn't working the greatest in the world for that. I know what I'll use. Ken was kind enough to send me these. So we're going to get out dark aluminum and rubber black. And we're going to use those. Let's get the rubber black. Let's see what we can do now. Oh, I like that. Might take 2 coats, but I like that. Oh yeah, those brush tips are nice. There we go. And my dog is knocking stuff in the floor. And then we're going to go with some copper. Let's do this. I think I need to give that a little shaky shake. There we go. Do this in copper. It'll probably take a couple coats, but yeah, I'm on screen. We'll get a coat of copper on here. Let that be drying, and then we'll work on another part. Then we'll go back and give this a second coat. There we go. We'll let that dry for a minute, and we'll get some, let's get some more of this rubber black. Or what do we got here? Dark aluminum. Let's try that. What does this look like? Well, that's a nice little contrast. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that looks. We'll do a couple of those in the dark aluminum. Let's do this one. I like these brush tips. This is nice. And since this is acrylic paint, this one is probably ready for a second coat already. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's do some bronze. I'm just coloring stuff here just to give it some interest. Give this one a little shake. There we go. Color this. Like that. Yeah, we'll have to hit that with a second coat too. And we'll get this one. Am I on camera? Yeah, I am. You can't really see it, but at least I'm on camera. Give that one a nice coat of bronze. There we go. And let's get this big one over here. Get it a nice coat of bronze. This will probably need a second coat too, but that's okay. Once we can get a good enough first layer on there, that might work. Let's do a little gold. I'm not sure which way you'll be looking into this thing. So And I know I get quiet when I'm painting. I'm not real good at talking while I paint. Let's do one of these in gold. See if I can get the edges a little. I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure what view you'll have of this once it's in. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see the edges really good or not, but I'm gonna get a little bit of them anyway. There we go. And let's do this one gold. And there I go, getting quiet again. I get concentrating when I'm painting, and I forget that I'm supposed to be talking. So that's just me. I really enjoy the detail painting, and when I get into it, I just forget to talk. There we go. We got that. Let's go back and get a second layer of copper on this other one here. Yeah, it's flowing good. Let's see if we can get some of these edges without making a mess. Oh yeah, look at that. I have to admit, the enamel in these pens just flows. And I'm probably going to have to touch up a little bit on this one, but that's okay. We've got silver. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do some touch up on that. It's not wanting, I don't know why this chrome one isn't, this copper one isn't wanting to cover this silver very well. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go around the edge of that with some silver or something. I keep getting it on the backing, but that's okay. We can touch that up. There we go. Now let's get that second coat on here. Let's see if it's going to look any better. I think it will. I think it should look a good bit better once I get that second coat on. This copper one is just not wanting to flow the way the rest of them do, so you can get a nice good coat of copper on here. See, the paint's just not coming out of this pen the way it is the rest of them. I don't remember if I had that trouble last time I used it or not. I'm just going to leave that and let it dry some more. That's just not wanting to cooperate. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's give it a try again. Nope. This copper's just not cooperating. That's better. One good coat. Maybe if that dries, it'll harden up a little more where I can get a better coat on it. So let's get that chrome silver out. The aluminum. We also have a gunmetal. And I think I want to try the aluminum. Let's see what the aluminum looks like. That's almost the color that it already is. Yep, that is almost the color that it already is. It's a little different, but not much. Not much at all. Let's see, what else can we do in here? Let's get our black back out. Let's do this. Making sure I'm still on screen. I love these brush tips. That is so sweet. Ian's favorite color, rubber black. There we go. Looks kind of like crap, but I don't think you're going to see it that well anyway. There we go. Much better. We can go back and touch that up with a little silver. And that's looking pretty good. And there I am, quiet again. Tell you what, I'm just going to pause this, get the rest of this painted, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back. And as you can see, I did a little detail painting in there. Nothing big, just some AK paint pens. And just to give it some interest. And I painted that. That's also the AK paint pens. And then I painted that. So let's get on with putting all this together. So the first thing we're going to do is get the rest of these parts out of the little bubble pack here. Get rid of that. Now the first things we're going to need is this. Let's zoom in a little bit. That's a little far out. What are you doing? There we go. Button was stuck on my remote. That should work. We're going to need this. And we're going to need this. And then we're going to need this. And this is 3 pieces that I've already put together, but I haven't glued yet. So we'll lay those there. And there you go. That's what we need. Oh, off camera. Off camera. Get on camera. There we go. Now they're all on camera. So this is going to be what we need. And let me get my screw boxes. And we're going to need these right here. We're going to need one of those and one of those. So the first thing we're going to do, oh, we got to have the super glue too. Little bit of super glue. And that is what I keep these plastic things around for. Put a little bit of super glue right on there. And then you can just use it right off of there. Get a toothpick. A little super glue right around here. And then this piece goes on with the skinny part in. So just press it on there. And then you have this. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this piece on. And it has a little opening there that slides right down on this tube. So we're just going to take and put a little super glue in this opening. Right in there. And then we're going to take this and just press it right on there like that. Focus, camera. So you have that. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue this onto here. Focus, focus. There you go. So again, we're going to take our toothpick and we're going to put a little super glue inside there. It's actually quite a tight fit, so you know, super glue is not necessarily needed, but I don't want it to come apart, so we're going to put a little super glue in it just in case. And now we have this. So now this has a D-shaped opening in it, and this is a D-shaped, focus, camera, behave, and this has a D-shaped end on it that goes right in there like that. But you see how loose that was? we're gonna put some super glue in there so that it doesn't come apart later. There we go. And then we'll take this, slide it right in there, hold it till the super glue dries and the camera won't focus, and you have that. Yeah. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take this piece right here, and if you'll notice, I don't know if you can see it or not, if it'll focus. There's a little tab sticking up right there. And when you slide it into here, that little tooth is going to fit right into the notches on that. So it's going to bite down on that. Now we're going to take one of these tiny little nuts and we're going to place it right, focus, right in there. Then we're going to take this screw, put it in from the other side, and just tighten it down. I don't want it too tight because it's supposed to have some movement, but we want it tight enough that it's not going to come out. We'll snug that just a little more. There we go. Perfect. Okay, now we have another one of R2's tools built. The next thing we're going to do is take this tool and it's going to go right into this opening right here. The end of that will fit right into there, like that. And it doesn't matter which way you put it in because it folds both ways and it's perfectly round, so it's going to look exactly the same either way. We're going to secure that with one of our faithful 2.3 by 6 millimeter screws that R2 seems to be almost completely built out of. And that's going to go right in there. Just put that in there, tighten it down real quick. Not too tight because it's going into plastic, but, and there we have R2's tool, and it just, see how it just clicks down? That's that tooth biting into that little gear end. And there you go. I think that turned out pretty good. Now, the next thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be putting the hinges on to the sides of this. Well, actually, we're going to put the hinges onto the doors, onto this door, and then we'll so there's one of my hinges. There's the other one. And we need 2x9 screw. Hang on one second. Okay, I'm back. Todd mentions on his website that the instructions are wrong here. It calls for two by 11 millimeter black screws, but they should be 2 by 9 millimeter black screws. So we're going to take the first one. We're going to put it through here, hold that in place, and then we're going to attach it right on there and drop everything in the process, of course. And then that's going to go right in there. It's on the wrong side. I'm left-handed. We'll just put that right in there. A little bit more. There we go. We want a little tension on it so the door won't flop open all the time. And now the other hinge will go on the other side. We'll take our other 2 by 9 screw. We'll put this on there. Hold it in place. And then throw everything down again. Of course, we have to do that. That's a requirement on this channel. We have to throw parts down every now and then. And if once ain't enough, let's do it again, just to get the point across that that's a requirement to throw parts down. We'll just throw them down again for the hell of it. There. Now we got the screw started. It's not going anywhere. And just tighten that down. And I recommend bracing this hinge as you tighten it up because the hinge is not very strong. A little tighter. Maybe just a hair more. There we go. That might be too tight. Yeah, that's better. There we go. And now we got our 2 hinges in. Now, we're going to take these 2 hinges and they're going to go. See this and this? These 2 hinges are going to sit right down in those 2 holes. Right there. Let me turn this one a little bit. There we go. Well, it's not cooperating. There we go. Those 2 hinges. Focus. Sit right in there like that. And then they're going to be held by 2.3 by 6 millimeter screws. So we just get these in here real quick. And again, I'm holding against the back of the hinge because I don't want to put too much pressure on that and break it. There's one. And there's the other one. And there we go. And that door is on. like that. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is attach this door to the panel that we built up earlier. Now, what you have to do is open the door and turn this over. Let me see here. That goes that way. Up here, you'll notice it has these little tabs right here. Well, you have to slide the door in through here, because if you just try to bring it in from the side, it's going to hang on these tabs. So let me zoom out just a hair so you can see what I'm doing. Take the door and just slide it right in there, then close it, and that will allow this to slide in. Once you get the door closed, this will slide back, and then you can line up all the screws. Because when you have the door open, the hinge itself is actually holding this back. It won't go in far enough. You close the door, and then that will let this. I'm hung on something here. Oh, I don't have the door centered. There we go. Once you close the door, all of those line up. So let me get all of those screws put in, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And we got all 5 of these screws in. One here, and these 3 across here. And that's holding our compartment in, just like that. So, the next thing we do is we got to attach these things right here, and this one goes right there. The one that's shaped like that, a little stair step, goes right there, and that will be secured with a 2.3 by 6 screw, flange screw. And then the next one, this one goes, where does this one go? Oh, this one goes on the back of the compartment right there, like that. And then the last one which is also a stair step. But it has a arrow on it, goes right there. And you end up with that. So let me get these screws put in, and then I'll be right back again. Okay, I'm back. We've got all 3 of those secured on. And the next thing we're going to do is get out our front panel and our other side panel and put them together. So let me grab those. Okay. Here is our front panel. I'm going to have to zoom out a bit for this. Not too much. There's the front panel. And here are the two side panels. Let's turn that over like that. And then this one goes on this side, and this one goes on this side. So we're going to take this one, and if you'll notice, these all line up with pins. One there, and one there. And these will go together just like that. And then of course you'll have to play with the alignment as you're putting it together to get it where you want it. So let me get these screws put in and I'll be right back. All right, and there we go. We got that screw in, that screw in, and that screw in. And just a little word of warning, I'll put this one in first so I could line up this edge. Then I'll put this one in so I could line up this edge. And then when I went to put this one in, I had to spread it apart just a little bit, just kind of spread it apart to get this screw to line up correctly. But now it looks great. That's perfect. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put this side on, pull these wires over here out of the way, and you'll see there's 4 of the black connectors, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of these pins. So that should sit down on there. Should I say, sit right down on, and I got that wire through there. And that wire just does not want to behave. And then I gotta get this one on there. And there we go. You just gotta finagle it around till you can get those in there. So let me get those 4 in there, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And as you can see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, all of those screws in, and that's it. That is the end of this stage and the end of this pack. So what we have now is this, the front of R2. And you've got all these tool doors that opened. I say open. This one opens. And this one opens. And this one opens. So that's what you have. And the tools fold out like that. I can't get a hold of that one. There we go. And then we'll have to close this door to lift this one out. And there you go. That's all of R2's tools. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I was having my doubts about this build in the beginning, and I'm still not 100% convinced that it's honestly worth, you know, what you pay for it. But it is a good build. It goes together. I've had practically no problems at all, other than one part that I broke myself. So, and they replaced it just like that. Oh yeah, and another part, that one of the internal braces for R2, um, the holes were drilled out the wrong size, but got that took care of. And other than those two little hiccups, I've had no problems. And I know a lot of people have been having delivery issues, having to wait forever to get packs shipped to them. But so far, I've been lucky. And I had one delay of about 2 months or something like that. And after that, everything's just been arriving on time. And I've got all the way up to, let's see, 94 here. And I've got 95, 96, 97, and 98 on the way. And then there'll be one more 2-issue pack, and then R2 will be done. And I can't wait. I have to get the batteries. I need to order the batteries. I haven't done that yet. But other than that, we're about 10 packs away from being done. 13 packs. We're 13 packs away from being done. And that is just so cool. It's just, it looks so good. But enough rambling. Thank you for stopping by Don's Modeling Desk. Like and subscribe if you want. And like I said, I've got the next batch of packs here. I'll try to get another video out real soon. I'm working on the Defiant also, so I got to get that out too. But thank you for stopping by. Have a good one, everyone, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.